This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner. The Thunder with quite a bit of court work today, a little bit more than a lot of people expected since they're about to get on a plane and fly to Phoenix where they will take on the Suns coming up tomorrow night, and then it's on to Wichita for a game with the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday. When Scotty Brooks left the court today, he indicated Kevin Durant probably will not play tomorrow night against Phoenix. However, he said Kendrick Perkins probably will. All of that, of course, subject to change as we get closer to tip-off. Let's hear now from the coach, Scott Brooks, and also from Reggie Jackson.
Coach, you have your last two preseason games coming up. What are some things that you were hoping to get done in practice today to be ready for these two games coming up?
Focused on just playing with the intensity that we have to play at to compete at this level. I thought today's practice was a good practice of ours. There's not many that I can recall during the course of my time that we've had a lot of bad ones. So with that being said, today's was very physical. There was bits and pieces where Russell participated in practice, so that was good. Perk went through the practice today. So it's good to just get everybody out there and just working together.
Just in the last two games and it being a back-to-back, is there anything that you're looking for just as this final tune-up?
Just keep building on some of the things that we talked about first day of training camp. We've always had a philosophy that the things that we work on during training camp mean a lot to us, and so we will go back to those things all season long. Because we feel that we don't want to waste time. We want to be efficient on everything we do, every drill that we put in. So we want to see that carry over for the last two games, and I think it has throughout the preseason games.
It seems like you're becoming a more dangerous team with dribble penetration. How big a point of emphasis has that been in camp?
I think it's a big part of what we do, and it's been very good for us the last few years of getting inside the paint. We're a high free throw shooting team. We get a lot of opportunities off of our attacks, and we don't get the assists off of those. But we get to the free throw line. You don't count that, which is I've always believed that if you get two free throws off a great pass, it should be an assist. But driving kicks are good for us. As soon as we start making some threes, it will even be much better, and we will. We work on it, and we got good shooters out there, so. It's going to look forward to that time when those three-point shots start to fall.
Will you look in practice today?
Creativity off the dribble by design now with Russ out, or is he seizing kind of an opportunity to contribute in a different way?
Well, we want everybody to touch the ball. We have to understand who our playmakers are and who our finishers are. And Tauble has a few plays that I like him to attack, and he's done a good job during this preseason. Tauble, like a lot of our other guys, you get in trouble when you over dribble and you get too far into the defense and you don't have outlets. But we've done a better job of supplying our guys some safety valves that we feel that are important parts of our offense. But Tauble's done a good job of just continue to defend and make shots, and now he's doing a better job making plays for us.
Will you use one of these games to kind of solidify things as far as rotation goes and use it more like a regular season game, or will you still do a lot of mixing and matching with both these games?
I still do a lot of mixing and matching. I think we are, as a team, where we can afford to do that. We still have, once our last game, Wednesday, we still have 6 or 7 more days of practice before our first game. So the game rhythm, if that's what you think that's going to help you play well for the first game, you got 7 days for that rhythm to go away. Our practice rhythm is more important for us, and when we can really fine-tune things and get our rotations down and get the guys playing the bulk of the minutes with each other on the practice floor.
How do you think of Kevin's hook?
I think it's going to have to take some time, just like his step back. Now his step back looks great. But I like him doing that. I think he has the ability to get that shot off over anybody because his ball handling abilities, his quickness, and his jumping ability and his length. And when he has the ball so far above his head, nobody's going to be able to block that shot.
Jeremy has 10 steals and a handful of blocks in the preseason. What does that length kind of give you on that side of the ball that you haven't had in the past?
Well, we fortunately for us, we've always had length on that position with Tabo. Now Jeremy at that spot. We rely on length. That's what makes us a very good defensive team. Our positions, we look for that, and we like guys using their arms as defense. And when we get in trouble, when we have our hands in our pockets, and Jeremy is getting better. He's not there yet. He's getting better of using his hands on the defensive end. But we still have to continue to harp on those finer points of the defensive game. I like what he's doing. It's a great start that he's having defensively.
6'11", is he underrated on that side of the ball? Or 6'11" wingspan, is he underrated on that side of the ball?
Well, it's early. You know, he still has a lot of games and a lot of teams to play against. Exhibition, it's hard to really judge who he's playing against on what the other teams are doing because I don't know. I know once the regular season starts that everybody's playing for reals, and so that's when you can get a real fair assessment on how our team is playing, how we're playing individually as a team.
Can Perk get into the lineup in the next 2 preseason games?
He will definitely play tomorrow night. I'm not sure at this point. Well, let me say it again. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. After today's practice, he went through most of the practice. If he feels as he felt today, he will play tomorrow night. And then we'll see how many minutes. I mean, that remains to be seen. But he had a good practice today. I'm very pleased at what he's done with our staff to stay in shape because that's one of the hardest things to do, especially bigs. It's easy to get out of shape. But he's done a great job with our staff at staying in shape, and will be ready to play tomorrow. Hopefully he feels better. It feels good tomorrow morning.
You mentioned having 6 days after this stretch to practice here in this facility. Are there things about this facility that you guys have here that make it easier for you guys to get better?
Well, it's a great facility. Our guys love coming into our facility to get better. This is our workplace. This is business every day. We're focused on improving the areas that we feel that are important to us, whether it's individual work with our coaches or 3-on-3 with each other or 5-on-5. We feel that this is the place for us to get better. This is where it all happens for us, and we're happy that we have it. And we take full advantage of all the amenities that's in this building. But our guys have done a great job of coming in and working. The building's great, but if you don't have the players that work, the building's not great. But we have a great building because we have some great players that committed to each other.
Coach, do you plan on resting Durant at all in these back-to-backs or any other player?
Yes.
And how important is it to play in Wichita to build a Thunder base over there?
I think it's important to always play every game as the fans are there watching, because whether it's a home or away, the fans are there to support their team, and we feel that Wichita has great fans. Last year we had a great experience there. We're looking forward to going back there to seeing the atmosphere. It was good for all of our players last year.
Do you know which game Durant's going to sit out?
I don't know yet.
And how do you feel it's coming along?
I think the point of emphasis is just playing with and without the ball, and just trying to make quick decisions. So when you do that, everybody's on their heels. People tend to make bad closeouts. It's tough in this league to close out. I'll be the first to tell you that's one of my hardest things, something I've been trying to work on for years. But when the ball's just moving and your man's moving, everything's happening, you lose track of where to close out, then your feet get moved. And it just makes it easier for the next guy to decide whether it's a pass, a driving kick, attacking the rim, or just an easy shot. So we're just trying to play with the ball, just we're trying to move the ball and just let our offense dictate how we play and just get easy shots.
Last 2 games in the preseason, it's a back-to-back. Anything specifically that you guys are trying to get accomplished with these 2 games as kind of final tune-ups?
Wins. Wins. And, of course, just working on defense. We're typically man-to-man defense, so everybody has to take pride, beginning with me. So I have to do better on the ball early and get everybody else going. But we're trying to get better with our communication defensively. We know we have, if not the best scorer in the league, one of the top. So Kevin gets it done for us and gets us easy shots on that end. But we know it's going to take defense to get where we want to be ultimately at the end of the year. So we're just trying to get better each and every day with that. And then just work on schemes inside the offense, just play free-flowing and play random, but also just move with a purpose.
How comfortable are you now with what you're doing with this offense and defense?
I'm just a lot of comfortable getting there, not really focusing on necessarily offensive sets. I'm starting to figure out all our offensive sets is kind of played out of the same, well, it's easy, a set. So guys get to the right spots, you get the ball across the court quickly. We're an up-tempo team, so get across with 20 seconds, get into something, it makes it easier. We don't have to rely on Kevin as much, and when Russell gets back to just break people down one-on-one all the time, but we get easy pocket passes, get swings, and like I said, it just makes everything easy. So you get an easy shot and open looks, and better shots you get, the more likely it's to go down.
Can you sense a good game coming for you, like the 29 in one game last night? Can you tell that's coming, or is that something that happens just as the game evolves?
No, a good game for me is to keep my turnovers down, get everybody involved, and just get a win. So that's how I approach it. I don't really focus on stats, but I'm just trying to get wins each and every night.
How important is it for you to play in Wichita to build a Thunder fan base over there?
Very important. I mean, they support us, especially Oklahoma supports us as a whole, but we know we're one of those teams, not just across the nation, but worldwide, that gets a lot of viewership and everybody supports us. So it's good to get out and play, give them an experience that maybe they may not get to have, especially having to come down here. So it's just good to get out there and play in front of anybody, but it's always good for us to just play basketball no matter where it is.
And that's the second of a back-to-back. What's the toughest thing about playing back-to-backs?
Depends. Maybe banged up and you don't get that rest sometimes on dings, but it's always a good day when you get to wake up and do what you love, so can't really complain. Just got to find a way to battle through it and get it done.
Reggie, what dictates whether you come out aggressive on the offensive end or whether you're going to be a facilitator of offense? Is it the defense or just how you feel?
I don't know. I'm always aggressive. I think I can be aggressive just even with swinging the ball. So I'm trying to stay on myself, about pedal to the metal, and always attack. But if everybody's sagged off and I see an easy pass, then I think it's an aggressive pass for me. So just trying to play basketball the right way and get things done for the team.
How's Russell looked in his brief court work and, what you've seen him?
Dang. Russell today, it's actually funny. My brother and his brother talk a little before game, so his brother told mine that Russ is probably bouncing better than ever. So I had to see it, believe it, and one of the dunks he went up definitely looked like an old Russell plus some. So head at the rim. We'll be happy when he gets back fully healthy. But it's good to see him just with his smile on his face, being about the team, bouncing around, and just being happy to be back on the court.
How much court work is he doing?
He's doing a little drill work, not necessarily too much contact, but his approach is to just get better every day, try to rehab, and he's been the ultimate professional when it comes to that. So we'll be happy when he gets back, but we want him to have a speedy recovery, but most importantly, a full recovery.
Reggie, after this back-to-back, you guys are going to have about 6 days to practice here. What is it about what you guys have here at this facility? It's a pretty new facility that helps you guys get better.
This facility is second to none. I remember the first thing I said to Kevin, we made the tour over here my rookie year, coming in when the new facility was almost being built, especially finished through the lockout it's no one's fault but ours, so we have to take ownership. We have everything we need to get it done, all the players to get full recovery, get as much work as possible and just develop. So it's on the players and it's on the staff to just go out here and reach our ultimate goal, which we all know is to try to bring a championship to the people who deserve it here in Oklahoma. So one of the best facilities I've ever ran into, if not the best. So like I said, it's not anything that folks here haven't done for us, getting it done. So they believe in us. They've given us the best of the best, and we have to do with what we have to get done at the end of the year what we want to get done.
Thanks, Reggie.
Thanks, Reggie.
Thunder point guard Reggie Jackson, who has done an outstanding job filling in for the injured Russell Westbrook. Last night, Reggie was 3 for 3 on three-pointers, had 18 points, 6 assists, 7 of 10 overall from the field. And you heard him there talking about Russell Westbrook, who participated in practice today. Still, though, Russ probably several weeks away from getting back into game action. Thunder will be in Phoenix, as we said, tomorrow night. No TV on that game, but they will be on television, a national telecast on ESPN coming up Wednesday night from Wichita. Tip-off on that game is 8:30. We'll keep you updated with quotes and updates and scores from those games right here on ThunderGameReport.com.